I Met Your Mother.
Mm-hmm.
That was the
1954,
yeah.
right? So you didn't have a long engagement then,
No, a couple months I think.
a couple months. Then you got married in May
In May. Met her in
of
March.
March, and got married in May of 54.
Yeah.
And then where did you go on a honeymoon or anything like that? Or
Yeah, we went on a honeymoon.
where?
I was kind of broke by then. I knew I was going to get married. I'd saved my money.
Yeah.
Where we went to the Thousand Acre Ranch, didn't we?
Stony Brook, New York.
Where is that's downstate, right?
Yeah,
In the
it's down
Catskills?
by, in the no, not
No,
Past the Catskills.
it's,
Up
on the
by-
Hudson River,
on the Hudson River.
not too far from Albany.
Mm-hmm. And so you needed to work and weren't sailing anymore, and what? And then what?
Playing for, and then I went to the Gas and Electric and got a job because of my experience in the Merchant Marine. They work with steam. They hired, right away.
That was after.
I also had, before then, I put in an application at Kodak and didn't hear from them.
What happened to the Army? You're missing the whole Army episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. I went in the Army.
You went in the Army. That's the reason you got married.
Went in the Army for 2 years.
Why?
And that's
did,
when I was painting houses.
yeah, why did you go to the Army? What did the government do
They
to you?
drafted me. And
They really.
They shafted you.
I was almost 27.
And was there a war still going on? And
Nothing going on.
but why did they draft you at 27?
Because they weren't going to let me get it. I think there was somebody in that draft board that didn't like merchant seamen. Wasn't going to let me get away.
They weren't going to defer you anymore.
And I was limping from my automobile accident.
And they drafted you
Yeah.
anyways. I'm surprised you passed the physical.
I said, oh, they'll never take me. Boom, they did.
And where did you go? You went to boot camp. Where was boot camp?
Fort Dix.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
And then
No. I didn't go to Fort Dix. Excuse
You
me.
went to Fort Knox.
I went to Fort Knox, Kentucky.
a little warmer.
Yeah. Because in the summertime it's hot.
Yeah, for boot camp. You learn how to shoot a carbine and
Rifles,
march and
machine
Crawl on his
guns.
belly.
and you didn't have an option to go into the Navy or the Coast Guard at that time, or
No, I wanted to join the Coast Guard, but they wouldn't take you after 26.
and you were
On
right
my
there.
26th birthday.
I see.
I
So
said, I'd rather put 4 years in the Coast Guard than 2 in the Army. In fact, I probably would have stayed in the Coast Guard if I went in.
and they
So I liked working around water, and I would have a stable life too.
Yeah. sort of. So they. What was your first assignment in the Army?
They sent me to New Orleans.
Newport News.
Oh, Newport News. Well, we just went there to wait for the assignment.
No, you were going to go down there to school.
Oh, that's right. I was going to go to school. I was going to go to diesel school, diesel engineman school. And there was a steam tug coming in from Greenland. They says, well, since you had so much experience, we won't send you to school, we'll put you in the tug. So the school started, went on. I hung around there a few weeks, 3 weeks, a month or whatever, and the tug came in. They laid it up. Next thing you know, I was getting orders cut for New Orleans.
And then you went down there on more
Went down there
tugs.
on a fire tug, a diesel fire
A
tug.
diesel fire tug. for
Indians
a steam
didn't know
engineer.
nothing about diesels.
Now, how long did you stay there?
Geez, it wasn't about 3 or 4 months, 4 months. 4 months, and I shipped up to Newfoundland.
You were on a fire tug down there with, we had 2 apartments. Remember the apartments?
Yeah, Berwick Street.
First time I saw a cockroach, it was big enough to carry your suitcases in and out.
Did you talk about your trips down the Honeoye Lake?
No, we haven't got to that yet. That's after we got home.
So what else you wanna know?
So they started working for Kodak.
You went to Newfoundland?
Oh, Newfoundland, yeah.
Oh, that was
I got
nasty.
married and my life was over.
You went to Newfoundland and your life was over.
Oh, I hated it up there. Just being married. Couldn't take your wife with you. It wasn't like today's army.
How long was that?
It was up there about 12, 13, 14 months.
14 months.
14 months.
Chip and ice.
So you got your engineering license while you're at,
Kodak.
you went into Kodak.
Yeah.
And so you ended up getting engineering licenses at that.
This guy was lost at sea.
You weren't recording any of that?
No.
Harold, I can't think of his name. His name is Harold. That ship I was on was sunk some months afterwards.
What ship was that? The Pendleton
Fort
or
Mercer.
the Fort Mercer? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
sunk at the same time as the Pendleton.
Yeah, that was a
Same
storm.
storm.
Yep, and probably the same class of ship.
Just broke
Yep,
up.
D2 tankers.
Yep. May have been some steel issues. The quality of the steel they were putting in those.
Yeah.
Because of the steel of the rivets.
They didn't know not too much about metallurgy when they built it on those they were built fast and in a hurry.
A lot of changes since then. They don't even allow the accommodations between cargo tanks anymore.
Oh no, everything is aft, isn't it?
Right. And the separated accommodations and machinery and the cargo.
Well, like the people that got lost on this, I think were the people that were. I think they were ones that were forward. I heard he was lost. He was aft.
And you also were talking a little bit more about you riding the Manchurian ponies
Yeah.
on the Great Wall of China that didn't get recorded, but that was pretty. What the difference was that between now and then was now it's a tourist trap,
Yeah.
and before when you were there it was isolated. Nobody was there at all.
Yeah, it's isolated and
Falling down,
crumbling and
and you actually got the right end.
old cannons and cannonballs laying at the foot of the wall for centuries. Nobody bothered to pick them up.
No bones or anything, or any other
Remember,
armament or weapons or anything.
just these old cannon, like they're out of the 1600s or something like that.
That's pretty interesting. And the communists were fighting Chiang Kai-shek at the time, and there was military people around to protect you, and pretty much that's kind of what stopped you from just wandering the countryside at the.
Yeah, we got
At that time.
out there.
Yeah, I think Mom also brought up the story was you guys used to smuggle stuff into Poland, and one time you got set up and you were in a bar and they got, I don't know what happened, but how this woman brought you into this bar. You went into the bar, and then what did you find? What did people start getting angry with you, or
No, they just started beating on me
for no reason at all?
for no reason I know of.
Men, women, or
Yeah, there's a woman there kicking at me.
and a bunch of guys
I
just
don't know, maybe just because I was an American. I don't know, maybe that's all it was.
just dragged you in there and
Yeah. Because they were under communist control then.
right. And then how did you know that the Scots were?
I don't know, they just must have seen I was in trouble and helped me.
Oh, okay. So they just went in there and
Yeah.
well, they're always looking for a good fight too.
I never
Anyway,
knew,
so
I never knew them.
They got you out of there, and then so what? You went to Poland again after that, right?
Yeah, I was on that run for 9 months, I think.
But you just stayed out of that area after that, or?
Yeah, that place. Yeah.
Yeah, because normally you kind of
Yeah, another thing I can tell you about Poland, I had a girlfriend there, and she had taken a picture of me and had it blown up into a good size, and had it hanging on the wall in the living room of the house. So I went there another trip or 2 trips later or something like that. I went to the door, and nobody wanted to let me in or nothing, just told me to go away or whatever. But I could look right in the living room, my picture was off the wall.
Did you find out
So,
what
you know,
happened?
there's police following you all the time there.
Yeah, and I can also, when you were going to all these foreign ports, did you kind of hang out with friends, or you kind of went off?
Yeah, we always had our buddies we'd go ashore with.
Yeah, or a lot of times you went by
That
yourself.
day I walked into the bar though.
Uh-huh. It wasn't like a rule that you went, with other people, or you had a tendency to go by yourself, just,
No, most of the time I went with guys. Or you needed a certain place. There would be a certain place near the docks where you meet.
right.
Generally almost always walking distance.
From the ship.
Yeah.
So I know I kind of tended to wanting to go by myself, just to get it out of the American, and it kind of forces me. I hung out with guys off the ship too, but a lot of times I just as soon go by myself, just so I didn't have any Americans with me. Collected a lot of money over the years.
Old money.
It's an occupation thing, so I think. No, this is American money, American Filipino money.
It's not a collector's item now.
Yeah, no Filipino peso. Like some Greek money.
Look at this big one. There's a big one in here. There's
Pennies.
a Russian money right there. This is, that's
Earl
when he...
Colby, his name was. Earl Colby. His father.
The only one of the boys
Lost
left
for-
is
I
Hank
think I read about
Garfield,
it.
and he's in a nursing home in Arizona. Right?
Is he in Arizona or Texas? Texas.
No, I think he's in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh
where
yeah,
his
he is
son
Arizona, that's right.
Now that other book is Panama. I saw it's like the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
You went through the canal probably more than once, huh?
Oh yeah, several times. There's a good looking guy, yeah?
Yeah. It's quite often with a suit on and a bottle of beer, not too far either. Very thin. I remember, skinny.
He was always skinny. That's a picture here.
This is on our cruiser.
It's not on the water.
On the boat.
It's going in the water.
Huh? Oh,
A picture of your team. Did you ever lose anyone on that boat?
I think Rusty took that. No,
Were any good scares of losing anyone on that boat?
yeah, when we hit the buoy,
You had a good scare when you couldn't find Butch that one time.
yeah. put them back in there.
Yep. And this year you were still sailing. Went to the turnaround in the USS Constitution on June 9th.
Yeah.
I guess what, the day before your birthday, we went on the Bagheera, which was a schooner rig built in the early 1900s.
1920s, wasn't it?
Yeah. History, pretty good history. It's kind of hard to find a boat older than you to sail on. It's still working.
You remember the name of the boat you sailed on in Lincoln Bay?
Sea Waif. Did you remember it?
I didn't remember the name. I remember running aground.
Yeah.
I remember that too.
She went squish. Here's a picture. That's a picture of you.
Yes, it is.
Why is the flag at half staff?
I don't know.
What was going on in May in
That'd be-
1946
Wonder
in
if that's
Manila?
45.
46, doesn't it say?
Oh, May 46.